A well-fitted trouser starts with a well-drafted pattern. If you've been struggling with getting the perfect fit around the waist, hip or crotch area, then this tutorial is definitely for you. Today, I'll walk you through my step-by-step method for drafting a fitted trouser pattern that gives a clean professional result. Grab a pattern paper, rulers and measurements because we are about to create a trouser pattern you'll be proud to see. With all that being said, let's get started with today's tutorial.
We were sparks on quiet.
You need a curve rule and a stretch ruler, your marker and a pattern paper to get started with the drafting of this trouser pattern. From the top part of my pattern paper, I'll be marking 1 inch below this way, which I'll connect into a straight line, and this will be my waistline. Also on the sides of my pattern paper, I will mark 1 inch as well and also connect it from this top part all the way to the ends of my pattern paper. So if your pattern paper is not long enough to accommodate the entire length of your trouser, feel free to add extra paper just as I did right here, as you can see at this very point. So when I do this, I'm going to divide my hip circumference of 42 inches by 4. What I have is 10.5 inches and I'm marking it from this my waistline right here, as you can see. Then I'm going to be extending this point I'm making right here, and that is my crotch line. I'll be marking same thing I got right there on my waistline and also connect this to form a box shape. From that my waistline also, I'll be getting my hip length of 8 inches because I'm on an average height. If you are tall or you are very tall, you can mark 9 inches as your hip length. So I'll just label my hip line, my crotch line, and then the first line, which is my waistline as well. So I'm going to be getting our curve right here, which is dividing my hip circumference of 42 inches by 20, and I have 2.1 inches. I will extend this line a little bit on my crotch line. Then I'm marking that 2.1 inches from this line right here. Okay. Then on my hip line, I'm going to be coming out by 0.25 inches right here. Just watch what I'm doing closely. Just right there. Then I'll get my curve rule now. From my waist, I'm going to be connecting this like this into that 0.25, sorry, then into this 2.1 inches, which is for the curve. And that is how to perfectly do this. Also, I'll divide my waist circumference by 4. Mine is 8 inches. Now you are marking this from your crotch line right there towards the side. Okay, so mine is 8 inches and I'll add extra 1 inch for my dart allowance. So I'll measure out everything I have from that part all the way to this other side. It is 9 inches in total. I divided it into 2 to get the midpoint. So the midpoint right here, I'm going to be coming down by 4.5 inches and I'm going to connect the two lines together. So this is for the dart. Then at both sides of this line, I'm going to be marking half of an inch away at both sides and now slant it back into this 4.5 inches line right here. So here is it for the darts. I'll simply go ahead to connect this point right here into my hip line. So I'll use this part of my curve rule, not the part that is so curvy, the part that is slightly curved like this. From that my waistline, I'll go up by just half of an inch and I'm going to make a slant from that point into this first dart leg right here. So I'll come to my crotch line so that you can get something called a crease line. I'll take the entire measurement I have from this line here all the way to my crotch curve right there, and what I have is 13 inches. I'll divide it into 2 to get the midpoint. So here's the midpoint. I'll take the measurement from this line right here at the side up to this midpoint, and what I have is 6.5 inches. So this 6.5 inches is what I'm going to mark to the very end of this my pattern paper. Remember that I am marking it from this straight line of 1 inch I mark from the edge of my pattern paper. I'll still proceed to connect this dot into a straight line and stop exactly on my crotch line. So next is to take the measurement of my trouser. So the entire length of this my pattern paper here of 44 inches is the length of my trouser. I'll be adding my hemming allowance while cutting out on my fabric. Now from the crotch line right here, I'm going to place my tape on my crotch line to the very end of my pattern paper, and I'll divide this into 2 equal halves. I'll get the midpoint right here, and then I'm going to be going up by 1.5 inches from this midpoint here. and I'll extend that line, and that will be my knee line. So the next I'll divide my knee circumference of 20 inches into two. I had 10 inches right there. This 10 inches, I'll further divide it again into two like this, and I have 5 inches point one. That 5 inches point one is what I'll place on this my crease line right here, which I'm labeling. So I'll place that 5.1 inches right there. I'll mark the beginning part of that my tape, and then that 10 inches as well. Sorry, 10 and quarter inches as well. Then I'm going to make a connection from this my crotch line at the side here into that my knee measurement I marked earlier. I'll also do the same thing for the inseam part. So pay attention to the rulers I'm using to actually make all my connections right here. And at this point, you're not supposed to make this connection from the crotch line here to the knee too curvy or too slanted, okay? So that is it for the knee part. We'll move over to the ankle. My ankle is 14 inches. I went on ahead to divide it into two. I got 7 inches. I further divided that 7 inches into two, which is 3.5. I placed on this center line. Now I'm marking what I have at both sides. Now I'm going to also connect this from this my knee line right here into my ankle. Then for the inseam part, I will also do the same thing as well. So this is it for the front part of our trouser, but before I go on ahead to cut out, I'm simply going to be marking half inch inward this way inside, okay, all around this trouser pattern. So I'm done marking this. I'll still go on ahead to connect this exactly the way it should be, but on the waist area I didn't mark anything there at all. So when I'm done with this, I'll simply go on ahead to cut out. We're not cutting out on that half of an inch I marked. I'm cutting out on my actual trouser measurement, okay? So this is it now. I'll move over to the back part of the trouser. So here is another clean pattern paper. From the top part of this my pattern paper, I marked 2 inches below, and I'm going to get the front pattern paper here, and I'll place it exactly at the top part, that is that line of 2 inches. Now I'll be pinning this my front pattern paper to this other pattern paper just like this. Now I'm just going to be slashing the hip line right here. Don't slash everything entirely, but at that very tip right there. And when I slash this, I'll spread this by 2 inches. So if your hip is 39 inches below, please spread it out by 1.5 inches. But if your hip circumference is at least 4 inches above, you have to spread this by 2 inches. So you can see how I did this, and I pinned it down as well. Now take the measurement of what I have from this half of an inch I mark from here to here, and what I have here now is 11.5 inches. That 11.5 inches, I'm going to be placing it on this half inch here. Now I'll get the thigh measurement. My thigh is 27 inches, and that is what I'm going to be marking right there. I also gone ahead to extend that point right there to get to that line. So on the hip, I'll divide my hip circumference of 42 and quarter inches by 2, and right here I have 21.1 inch. So I'll also take the measurement from this half inch here to this other part here, and mine is 9 inches and 3/4. So that is what I'll also place on that half of an inch to get my hip of 21.1 inches. I'll also extend it as well. Same thing I'll do for the waistline. I'll get the measurement of what I have from this half inch here to this other part here, and it's 8 inches. I'll be placing that 8 inches at this other side to get my waist of 16 inches. Mine hits exactly on this line here, which is totally fine. Yours can exceed it, and it is still totally fine. Now I'm going to be connecting this using my curve rule just like this, from that my waist into my hip, then to my crotch. So while doing this, make this to be slightly curved. It shouldn't be just slant, okay? so that it can properly fit. Now I'm done with that. I'm now going to be adding all my allowance. So for this part here on the inseam, I'll be marking just 1 inch.
Spending the night in Dixon.
Then I'm going to be covering this in from my crotch line inward this way. Don't make this to inside like this, no. You are supposed to make it slightly curved. Okay, just watch what I'm doing. You can see now. So this is the proper way to do this, because if you curve this in so much the way you're not supposed to, your trouser shaping is really going to come out very funny and weird.
How many?
So that is it for the inseam. Now for the outseam here, I'm going to be marking 2 inches. So I'm adding all this allowance because I don't want to add it when I'm cutting out of my fabric. So I'll just have to fold my fabric now into two and just place my pattern paper and cut out everything the same. Okay, so that's why I'm putting it right here. For the front panel of the trouser, I do not add any sewing allowance. Every sewing allowance I have is always added to the back part of the trouser. So after marking these 2 inches, I also went on ahead to carefully connect it from the top part all the way to the end or hem of my pattern. So I'll also label this, and also on the crotch line, don't skip that. I'll add half an inch as well. So that is it for the back part of the trouser, and I'll connect this and now go on ahead to cut this out. But before I cut it out, I'll have to use my tracing wheel to trace out my darts for this back part of my trouser, just like this. And after that, I'll remove this pattern for the front part here and extend those lines I have for my front pattern paper to the back part, so that I can easily take note of them for notching when I'm cutting out on my fabric. I've removed my front pattern paper and I'm simply going ahead now to cut this out after reconnecting that my waistline properly. And that is basically it for the drafting of the trouser. The next thing is to cut out for our band. So to cut out for the band, I'm going to be coming down by 2 inches from the waist like this, following the shape of this band right here. That is how I'm going to be cutting this. Sorry, that is how I'm going to be marking these 2 inches like this. Then I'll still go on ahead to connect it. So by the time you do this, you're going to realize that this is not going to be straight. That is why I'm not making use of my straight ruler. Use your curve rule and also label as well. I'm labeling the inseam, the side seam, the upper part of the band and the lower part, and I'm making arrows as well. For the front pattern as well, I'll still go on ahead to do the same thing, but firstly I have to remove that half of an inch at the top part. Then I'll start marking 2 inches from there. But if you're in a smaller waist size, your band should be at least 1.5 inches wide instead of 2 inches. So these lines are not meant to be straight. Also notch them, make arrows to indicate all the parts, and I'll still go on ahead to cut this out. So we have come to the end of the pattern drafting of this our particular trouser piece. In the next one, I'm going to be cutting this out on my fabric and we're all going to be sewing it together. Don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't. Until some other time, I'll see you all next time on the same channel. Bye.